Who are the lawyers?
The attorneys are Megan Miller and Rick Week. Rick has one person with 2 cases and Megan has one case with 1.
Megan has the assault. All right, that's on. Meeting. So we have Tony, Megan, Rick, missing the jail, Anthony. Yeah, Claudia. Ruby. That's Claudia. Removed her. Claudia has really big glasses.
Big.
Who knows that?
How are the other ones?
Hmm? Did you give it state fair?
Yeah.
Come on, that's a little bit funny.
At the state fair, like a carnival, you're talking about like those big plastic ones? Not the state fair. No, these actually are not that big. Yeah.
No one has a pair of those.
Oh, the other one here.
No, I don't, they're not that big.
Okay, fine.
They don't even cover my eyebrows. I can't help it.
He can't. Oh, Mrs. Anthony. How did Anthony get stuck doing all these?
So there's confidence of those.
Tim. All right, so we bring in Tony. Anthony. Detention Center. I have Carter. Who's Carter's attorney?
Carter is Megan
Megan Miller. All right. Can we have Carter first? They'll have to unmute. There you go. I think they're doing it. There we go. All right. This is Audrey Carter, is that right?
Yes.
And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. Megan, did you want to call Audrey to testify?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll call her briefly.
You would raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Audrey, would you please state your name for the record?
Audrey Carter.
And Ms. Carter, you understand that we're here for the limited purpose to determine if a mental health bond should be granted, not to discuss the underlying offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. Carter, you have been diagnosed with a mental health condition, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your current diagnosis?
I have bipolar 2 disorder, social anxiety, and oppositional defiant disorder.
And do you currently have a treating physician or facility that treats you for the bipolar disorder?
Yes, I currently go to LifePath.
All right. And have you had previous hospitalizations for the disorder?
Yes, once.
All right. With regards to your medication, it's my understanding that you're supposed to be on several medications. However, the jail is only able to provide you with one of those medications. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you asked the jail to comply with your LifePath treatment and provide all those medications?
Yes, ma'am.
And they're unable to do so at this time. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently receiving any Medicaid or disability?
I am currently on Medicaid.
And are you able to receive your Medicaid while incarcerated?
I don't believe so.
At this time, you have completed an action plan with Ms. Tony Fox with the Mental Health Department. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And originally the plan was to live at your brother's apartment. You would continue with LifePath services and be transported to all future appointments by your grandmother, Carol Bates. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
However, you were informed that you're not going to be able to stay at your brother's apartment. Do you have another place that you'll be able to stay?
I do not.
All right. So the concern at this point is housing. Is that right?
Yes.
We discussed yesterday some options such as the bridge or a shelter. Are you open to that idea to go to the bridge or a type of shelter?
Yes, I am.
Will your grandmother, Carol Bates, still be able to assist you with transportation to and from all appointments, including any court settings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, are you asking the court to release you on a mental health bond due to the fact that you're willing to accept treatment? You have a transportation plan, you have a supportive plan with your family, and you are not able to receive all services while you need in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand the court could also put any orders in there with regards to contact limitation with the complaining witness. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're willing to follow all conditions set out by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness at this time.
Any questions from the state?
Just a few, Your Honor. Ms. Carter, when was the last time you had suicidal ideations?
I will say in the jail about last week. I was in the infirmary for about 4 or 5 days with suicidal thoughts.
Okay. And when was your most recent attempt? Or have you made any attempts?
My actual attempt would be probably sometime around last year.
Okay.
I don't know an exact date.
Okay. And before last week, had you had any suicidal ideations before that, 2 weeks ago, or was this the first time in a while?
I was off my medications for around 2 to 3 months prior to coming to jail. And within that period, I feel like my mood swings being up and down, there would be times that I would feel suicidal.
And I know you're not getting all your medication, but the medication you are receiving in jail, do you feel like it's helping you at all?
I'll say a little bit, but not near as much as I need.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from defense?
No, Your Honor, I rest and close.
Anything else from the state?
Just briefly for her criminal history, Your Honor. She was arrested in 2017 as a juvenile for possession of a controlled substance in a drug-free zone. Those charges were eventually dropped by the police department. In 2020, she was arrested for assault bodily injury, and that case was ultimately dismissed. And she was also arrested for false alarm or report, and that case was no billed by the grand jury. And the state will rest and close at this time.
Any argument from the state?
The state would defer to the court on this one. What would just ask if you do give her a PR bond, that you do place a no contact or distance with the complaining witness in her pending case.
Yeah. Here's the problem. I just don't think the plan's good enough. I think we're going to send her out to live in a shelter, and it's not going to go well at her age, and things are just still unstable right now. So I think I'm going to deny bond at this time until we find a place that she can live other than a shelter. So if y'all can work that out at some point, we might revisit it. But until then, I'm going to deny bond today. Okay. Good luck.
Judge, may I ask a question?
Sure.
If the department, the mental health department, is able to make a location for an appropriate house with an appropriate action plan, can Ms. Fox, myself, and Mr. Demore email the court with the action plan to see if the court will reconsider via email?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I just don't think putting her in a shelter right now is going to work. It's just not. I mean, it's not going to work for her because of transportation and everything else it's going to fall through the cracks. So we're setting her up to fail. So yeah, that's fine. If y'all get together and work out something, just let me know.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck. All right, this is John Calhoun, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you want to call your client to testify?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State your name, please, sir.
John Thomas Calhoun.
And Mr. Calhoun, we have filed mental health bond writs in your cases. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Yes, sir.
Do you take medications for that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have gone over the action report. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Things that you're going to do should you be released on bond.
Yes, sir.
Where do you currently live, sir?
7152 Fair Oaks Avenue.
Okay, and do you live with anyone there?
Yeah, my father-in-law,
And his name is?
Ronnie George. Sorry.
You live with anyone else?
My wife, Penny.
Okay. And does your wife suffer from any illness at the present time?
Yes, she does.
And what is that, sir?
She has HIV. She just had her hip replaced on the 13th of this last month. And she has a dissociative personality disorder.
Okay. Is she temporarily in a facility?
Yeah, she's in Green Oaks at the moment.
Okay. But you are needed to care for her, is that correct?
Yes, I'm her stable and her caregiver.
You have a job, is that right?
Yes, sir.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an electrician, commercial electrician.
Okay. And who do you work with?
Ronnie George.
Your father-in-law?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have that work available for you should you be released?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand the things that you're required to do as conditions of your mental health bond should one be granted?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any
And
questions?
I'd ask the court to take judicial notice of the MHA in this case.
Yeah, I have that. I have been reading it.
All right, thanks, sir.
Any questions from the state?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Calhoun, are you getting medication while you're in jail?
Yes, I am.
And do you feel like that's helping you?
It's the same medication I've been taking outside. Yes.
And where, I don't think I got the city of your address. Where is
Sorry.
that city?
It's Dallas, Texas.
Dallas. Okay. And are you gonna have a available transportation if you were given a mental health bond?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a license yourself?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. And you have a car?
Yes, sir. I have a truck.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from defense?
No, sir.
Anything else from the state?
Your Honor, I'd just like to read the criminal history into the record, please. In 1996, the defendant was arrested for indecent exposure. The prosecutor's office accepted that charge, but we have no prosecution data. In 2003, he was arrested for indecency with a child and acquitted at trial. In 2005, he was arrested for Class B theft and sentenced to 30 days. In 2007, he was arrested for burglary of a coin machine, and that case was ultimately dismissed. In 2013, he was arrested for theft or state jail theft of $1,500 to $20,000, sentenced to 1 year confinement, but probated for 3 years. He was eventually revoked and sentenced to 8 months TDCJ. In 2013, he was also arrested on a Class B theft and sentenced to 50 days. And again, arrested for another burglary of a coin machine and sentenced to 45 days. In 2014, he was arrested for credit card abuse and on 2 different counts and sentenced to 6 months on both those counts to TDCJ. In 2015, he was arrested for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and sentenced to 5 years deferred. In 2016, he was arrested for credit card abuse of an elderly person and sentenced to 12 years TDCJ before his 2 burglary habitation charges here today. And state rests and closes.
And
Any argument from the state?
well, and the information I have, Your Honor, is there burglary of a building charges.
These are. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I apologize. I misspoke. But due to this defendant's criminal history, the state would oppose a mental health PR bond at this time.
I mean, your criminal history is pretty bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot with you and get you out and get you in the process of doing what you need to do. You need to get on your medications, quit committing crimes. You'll have to check in with Tony every week. You'll have to come see me once a month, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you don't strictly follow the rules, you're gonna go back to jail. They'll be real quick, okay?
I understand that.
All right,
Sure.
and Tony, do you want to say anything before?
Yes, I just wanted to touch base real quick and let you know that when you get released, you're going to find a folder in your property.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
the folder is going to have my card inside there. Call me tomorrow to let me know that you made it home okay and for us to discuss what you need to get done as quickly as possible, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll call you by 11 o'clock, 11 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, I'll call you before then. Okay.
Good
Okay.
luck. Make sure you do what you said you're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hey,
Judge.
Tony, is he still doing,
She's gone.
I know judges, I had Guido as taking over the mental health stuff. Is it going to be Anthony for a while longer? You know?
I know nothing.
Okay.
You need to talk to someone that knows.
Somebody higher up in the ladder? Okay.
So
I
what,
thought you were the top.
no, what you talking about, Willis?